Yo, what's up, world? This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 164. If you don't know, after 164 episodes, who I am the Flush Man. I'm also known as the Fat Boy. I'm still calling you Broadish, and I'm still your Huckleberry. Holla at me.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Jay, aka Big Swole, and I'm still putting that muscle around you.
Nigga, you so fucking extra. And if your eyes are not deceiving you, we got two guests with us coming to holla, do the podcast thing with us. Here we go.
Hey man, they know me as Cousin Chris, also as Bobby the Gawd. Just depends if you catch me drunk or sober, you figure it out at the time of meeting. You feel what I'm saying? But I holla, we're gonna get right to
it. It's Trizz, aka Trizz Black, aka after I hit twice, don't call me back. You know what
I mean? My
yes, sir.
My nigga. Hey, yo, shout out to Chris's fucking Henny Punch. I just thought about that shit, yo. This nigga make a Henny Punch, bro.
I'm trying your shit.
Look, and he walking around with the he the boy who walk around with the what's the shit called when you freeze the freezer shit when you the blender. He walking around with the blender and make sure your shit stay filled up. Like,
oh yeah.
Huh?
Outside in the streets, he walk around with the blender in the streets.
No, not in the streets. We in the we in the house.
In the house.
We in the house. Why would he be in the streets? Though,
I mean, I'm selling my product. Like, yo, I got the best shit on the block.
They're gonna block the block with a blender.
Right.
Hey,
yeah, listen.
Got the best shit. You need this. You need this.
Package that shit up or something.
Yo,
so it's been a crazy week. You know, we're gonna get right to it, man. You know, with everybody, people been hitting me up like, yo, I know y'all watched that Kanye interview. I know y'all going to talk about that. So Kanye West went on a drink champs with Nori.
Hey, correction, just Jay.
Oh, my bad. Yay.
Oh, yeah, Jay. It's Jay now.
Yeah, right. I stand corrected. You know, he went on a drink champs with Nori and DJ EFN.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't need you. I know what I'm saying right now. That's that shit I be talking about with you, man. Don't start your shit, all right?
Hey, Bobby, here we go.
Hey, yo, listen. So,
hey, man, I'm just happy you stopped calling him Yeezy. You just saw he had to pay another nigga $50 million. I don't want you to be the next nigga. You know what I mean? Like, slow it down.
that nigga better get Siegel his money. What I hear, he talking about he had a check for Siegel. He did.
He gave it to him, yo.
Yo, he man up to that though, and he trying to find Sieg though. You know what I mean? So Sieg, wherever you at, you better go get that check.
That's you know, Sieg when he got that. Now, he got $9 billion. Listen, nigga, I walked the way. I'm walking. I'm gonna get to that chicken all day. So, for me personally, I'm gonna start it off. I was nervous going into it because I'm a Nori fan from Trizz. Matter of fact, shout out to Trizz. Trizz gave me the War Report album. The War Report album.
Yeah.
He gave it to me back in the day. So we go that far with Nori. But as far as the podcast, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes Nori don't know how to shut up and let people talk, and that fucks with me a little bit. But I feel like with this joint, Nori let him get his shit off, and I think it's a part 2 I'm hearing, so it wasn't done. It's another part that drop on Thursday. But from the first part, we're gonna go around the room and we talk about what stick out. So Jay, what stuck out to you that on the interview that you never finished?
There you go. So, you know, the first thing is this nigga came on with this cut, right? Again. And I'm like, yo, why'd you gonna go? Like, I didn't think he was going to do that. I thought that nigga was going to shave his head or some shit like that. Secondly, like, this nigga talks like he's enslaved on some type half of the show and then other half, like, but just to see him relaxed and like kind of almost like the old Kanye, like, fuck it, I'm gonna drink, fuck it, I'm gonna smoke. It kind of gave me like, all right, well, you know, it gave me like a little hope, like we might get the old Kanye back. I said might, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I don't know.
Stop it, Jay. We not getting the old Kanye back. I'm sorry. That's over. And when he hit the blunt, that nigga hit the blunt right. Anybody see that weak ass fool?
You hit it the first time you ever smoked. I remember that. You know what I mean?
Listen, I remember that. I definitely do remember that. Look at you. Listen, stop. This is not the Trizz for my business on the street episode.
Right. Oh, but yeah, or Kanye, whatever he want to be called, or whatever. To me, that's one of the best interviews I ever on Drink Champs.
You breaking up, Trizz. Trizz, you breaking up. You breaking up. Take the headphones off. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, go ahead. Go again.
It's there, you know what I mean? And then things he was talking about, touching on like Dr. Sebi diet and, you know, having a plan A for people that don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like kind of inspiring to me. Whatever. Right. Just to hear him say something like that, was just impressive to me. I'm talking about like, hear that come from Kanye West, who everybody's saying insane, going crazy. Oh, he's losing. Like, he sounded kind of clear to me about the things he was saying on the interview. You know what I mean? But
hey, Trizz, take them headphones off and let's take them headphones on and see if you can do it without that.
Grinding up Big Sean
there you go.
Legend. You know what I mean? That was crazy. He was going in on that. But you know what? He felt how he felt. He said what he said. So what are you going to do? I don't know.
All right, yeah, you got to fix that, Trizz. There's something wrong with your signal. But look into that real quick. I definitely feel like I definitely agree with you as far as what you were saying. Yeah, he definitely said something. The thing with I'm gonna let you go first, Bobby. Bobby, you got something? And then
my shit is I was kind of piggybacking off of what Trizz was saying. He definitely does sound clear. You know what I mean? Because he's talking about his experiences and pretty much where the world's at right now on social media, freedom, financial literacy, like all the stuff he's talking about. He's letting people know that's where he's at. Yes, like his verses. I need 4 people. He's already done that. He don't need one person just came battle him. 4 niggas need to battle him. Clothing line. He's sitting down with Saint Laurent, like he's sitting down in Paris and meeting the Balenciaga owner. You know what I'm saying? Like he's showing you how wide range his life is. So if you understand what Mr. Big Swole's saying, but I don't even want the old Kanye back. He's doing things that old Kanye couldn't even get in a room to. You feel what I'm saying? So he's changing and showing people it's okay to change. It's valuable. One of the best quotes was, "I'm that person. You put a bone in front of me, I'm gonna draw you the dinosaur." The fuck is you talking about? Like it fuck your whole head up. You feel what I'm saying? You just like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. So that shit, super enjoyable. I love to see it. He was going in, he was dropping, some valuable things. So I appreciate it. It was great to hear that. Yay.
See, for me, when I think about him, I think about how great things are. You know, you get to hearing things and it'd be like, you make a judgment like, yo, Ye losing it. Or like you like even what Jay said, or we want the old Ye back. You get what I'm saying? And there comes a point where it's not as simple as black and white. You get what I'm saying? There's some things could I not grasp? I mean, with 9 billion, there's some things he's gonna talk about that I'm just not going to get, especially off the first listen. You get what I'm saying? So it feels like, I made it like with the worst person, right? Let's say even with a criminal, somebody in jail that caught 10 bodies, right? People might say that's a bad person, but I'm sure somewhere in that life of that situation, there are things that's good about that person. You get what I'm saying? I think it's just a few people who are just so bad, whereas though everything is just bad. You get what I'm saying? So it felt like to me, it's just like I made a decision before, like, Kanye crazy. And some of the stuff he did say was kind of a little left to me. But like I said, I don't know what a billion feel like. You get what I'm saying? So it just feels like to me, it's not as easy. Life isn't, people aren't as easy as black and white, good and bad. There's a lot of gray. You get what I'm saying? I feel like it was definitely some things he said, even with the, man, I couldn't imagine being married to a woman and just the struggles of that, the PR people and those kind of things, whereas though, like he said, this is my family. You get what I'm saying?
My house,
Hulu, this is my family. You get what I'm saying? But imagine your family, imagine having kids and being married to a woman where their whole family is really just like a show. You get what I'm saying? Like that's even
the lifestyle he chose.
Say it again.
The lifestyle he chose, though.
True.
Like once you become a social media or just a celebrity, like you have no chill. It's like everybody's in your life is show. That's what you put on. He's an entertainer. But like something else he took, like when he's referred to as a rapper, You know what I mean? Like that's like calling him a nigga. Like,
Right.
why not?
How y'all feel about that? How you feel about that?
That's like that was some real shit to me. Like, excuse me, my fault. But that
No,
was like
you can definitely say that's some real shit.
I felt that. I felt when he said that. Like, that's like he stood up on that. Like,
yeah, and that particular light, he definitely did. He's motherfucker talking about. I have a PhD from one of the highest technical, producing schools.
right.
Address me as such, because you're going to call somebody, you know what I'm saying? You're going to put everybody else's credentials that matter, but you're just going to say the rapper as he's
so much
showed.
more than that. Right.
Exactly. As he showed, he's way more than who they portray him as. Yeah. But I agree with him on that.
It was a good interview, though. Like, from what I saw. Now, I don't know it's supposed to be too.
It's something wrong with your signal, Trizz. You going in and out.
Too. Yeah, they saying a part 2 is supposed to be coming out soon, but just to piggyback on what y'all was saying about that, being being a rapper, yeah, that was one of the things that I did from that episode, just explaining, rapper and the concept behind that when you have a name, so yeah, that part I did like about that.
Something else that stuck out, right? With the whole Drake thing. Now, it was something that he said basically like that he was like, he was like, he said he called Drake and asked Drake did he sleep with his wife, and Drake said no. But the whole fact of the matter that Drake was saying things in his rhymes that were insinuating that there was something there between Kim and Drake. As a man, and knowing that the rap game, when it comes to that rap stuff, is that out of pocket? Is that like a line that's you can't cross? You get what I'm saying? As far as rapping, what you got, Chris?
To me, if y'all beefing the way y'all say y'all beefing, shit, it's free rec. It's wordplay. You can say whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Only you know the truth. Like when Ye was saying, I only responded because it's like when somebody keeps doing something behind the scenes in your DMs, talking to your family, going, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody's like, y'all don't see what he's doing? All right, fuck it, it's me then.
Right.
Like, fuck it, it's me then. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's definitely a lot of songs that you heard Drake just talk about Kanye, and Kanye like, yo, what the fuck? Like, Ye's pool's big, mine's as big as all I'm saying. Like, leave that man, like, fuck his, why his pool did nothing to you?
Right. Why is his pool the topic of discussion?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree. But I mean, in rap battle, like he was saying, Drake's beefs have been so strategic. This nigga dropped back to back and was on the top room of Meek Mill. Like he heard that shit all fucking night. That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you saying, oh, once Nicki's done with this one, I'm up next. Like you're talking about this man and he's hearing these songs. So it's like everything he's doing is always super strategic. So at that point, I feel like there's no line that you can't cross at that point. Because if people know you beefing and that's yours, why are you even associating with this man? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why is it shouldn't even be a topic at that point. At that point, I gotta address my family. Like, yo, you fuck that bitch? Like, what's up with it?
Right.
So I mean,
like, go ahead, what you got, Jay?
I was really just going like, she said that, she got like, she said that she stopped listening to him. So I'm like, damn, you got that upset? Like you lying on, like who's lying? Is she lying on the dick or she just lying on her pussy because she don't want to add more miles to it, right? And so at that time, it was just, right? Like, so they brought me back to when like, Biggie and Faith Evans. And it was like, when Pac was like, I hit it, right? So it's like, later down the years, you find out that it really happened and shit like that.
But we didn't, hold on. We didn't find out that really happened. Where did you find that out at? Where was we at when you found that out?
But Pac said it, though. Pac said it.
But just because the nigga said it.
Yeah.
I mean, this niggas out here that allowing dick, though.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to hurt somebody. Now, like, for me personally, you get what I'm saying? I feel like, is it overstepping? I mean, you can't. I'm not like the thing with Kanye saying about the Mike Tyson thing stuck out too. Just basically like I was Mike Tyson,
Right,
I bit him. He been doing stuff to me, and ain't nobody catching it. You get what I'm saying? As far as I don't think it's overstep. I mean, that's where we come from. We grew up, all of us are plus 35. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, with the Pac situation or whatever, we've heard things said in rhyme, whereas though there is no limit to what somebody can say to you. You get what I'm saying? So we're from that era. You get what I'm saying? And another thing he said is we both are worth too much to our record companies to even for there to be anything physical or something actually happen to somebody, in the out here in these streets for real. You ain't got to worry about Kanye and Drake people's running into each other and it'd be a problem. But I do feel like Drake, like Bobby said, he was very strategic. You listen to Sicko Mode, which is like a fucking. He said he was going to birthday parties and they was playing Sicko Mode. But you think these rich white folks where you stand at know that on this song Drake is talking about you when he talking about make a right and all this, and you know what I mean? They don't know that, but he was upset that he was at birthday parties with his kids and he was playing Sicko Mode like they was playing Hit It Up or something. Like you would think that's what they was playing, the way he was like, yo, they gonna play this song at the birthday party. Like, yeah. But I respect his honesty. I mean, I respect his honesty about it. You know what I'm saying? Saying that, yo, he did touch something inside of me. He did bother me. I respect it because I wouldn't have gave Drake that, no matter how much I was
like
bothered.
you said, when you in the inner circle, when you know. Like,
Right.
You know when somebody talking about, what he's saying is about you. And whoever you're around, they be like, oh man, yo, man talking about like that. It was crazy. Like Drake was on his drum, but that's how the game go nowadays. Everybody's coming at everybody now. So that's how it go. Like, what are you gonna do?
Definitely.
Yeah. So when he said, do we respect the fact that he said Hove the boss, he wasn't versus Hove?
I think he knows he's not gonna win. Like
you say you think he know what?
I think he knows he's not gonna win. You can't win that versus. Like, I mean,
to an extent he can.
Again, what you say, Bobby?
To an extent he can. A lot of
I don't really
songs. Kanye produced those beats. You can't play those. Ain't No Heart in Atlanta City dead. Right. That song is a good ass song.
No, you can't say he can't play that. No, dead. You can't say but Ye can play it too.
He produced it.
You can't play a song that y'all both are on. That's not how versus been working.
No,
you gotta play a song.
Fat Joe and Ja Rule did New York.
That was at the end though. That's just for the city at that point. I mean, they performing together.
Yeah, not no easy out. He not no easy out. Period.
To know, yeah.
He not no. His 20 is strong.
He said he'd take on Buster though.
You keep talking that Buster shit. All right, so Ye versus Buster.
Not a lot of people can take on Buster, man. Buster,
thank you, Trizz.
Like, Buster listen, we've been talking about this for weeks. That T.I. wanted everybody but Buster. T.I. was asking about the whole world, but didn't want Buster. Why are we having this Buster conversation again? It's
you brought it up. You said
I did. Jay brought it up.
Hey, because Buster's that
Jay listen. Jay been holding the flag for the Buster Rhymes shit. Like Jay been swinging the flag faithfully for Buster. Like, listen, we know Buster gonna be. First of all, the energy of him, the performance of Buster Rhymes on a fucking what's the name stage is going to be. I don't know if Kanye can beat him off of that. Just him and Swift together.
Energy. Yeah, the energy. Yeah.
They gonna get busy out there.
That's a fact. Was he came up on the last verses and they made him rap one of his songs called This Man Split. They was already in that joint. Hey,
you don't want that smoke
on him. He dropped the mic on him.
He did.
That KRS, I'll see you tomorrow.
Busta Ludacris, my two favorite rappers, so I already know about.
Who?
Busta and Busta and Ludacris, my two favorite rappers.
No, I ain't mad at, and that makes sense. If those two are your two favorite rappers, it make because they down the same. Luda couldn't do that with Busta though.
Nah. He could keep up for at least a good 10 limb.
But see, when I think of Busta, like even album wise,
I wouldn't say 10.
Busta album's never been. He never had them joints as far as the album though.
Yeah, Busta had a lot of good singles and his features with the Mariah's, the Janice. Like if you want to go videos, him and Ludacris go a good 10, nigga. Because Ludacris fucking Red Light District, like they had the animation shit. So that's why I said a good 10. But the 20, Busta the versatility. Who he had.
I don't know if Busta got a 20 for to go back to Kanye. I don't know if Busta got a 20 for Kanye's 20. And we always say this, Jay. And we always say if I made a playlist for certain artists that have been like some artists their favorite song don't be the song that pop. You know what I'm saying? Like your favorite song as a rapper might not be the song that the whole world love. Do you know Music Soul Child can't stand doing the songs that he does? Like he don't like doing his music. He likes to rap. So Music Soul Child would prefer to rap than to do
Wait, when he start rapping?
This nigga, listen, Music Soul Child really got he got a whole nother rap name and everything. And he was on some show like, yo, yes. And then nigga, he like, yo, I don't even want
Music Soul Child wasn't always like that.
He said he don't even like doing them songs. He do it for the check. So what I'm saying is to go back is an artist, their 20 might not be the best 20. You get what I'm saying? Fab 20 against Kiss wasn't the best 20 from him.
It wasn't. The DJ started playing some more fire after he finished. I was like, bro,
so end of the day, but if Kanye played his best 20, he getting busted. I'm saying Kanye.
Oh yeah. Because it's who's on those songs.
You said the same thing in Locks. And then you had to repent.
Bro, hold on. I'm the one who said do you know who you talking to? Trizz, what's wrong with him, Trizz?
He's a wild one right now.
I'm a Locks guy all day. I never said Dipset.
Like that's what we used to bang. Like
listen, that wasn't me. That was Iceberg.
I don't know what you mean used to.
We still do.
No.
Hey, listen. Hey, Trizz, this nigga loves Sheek Luch too, Trizz.
So we're back, baby. Yeah,
he loves Sheek.
Listen,
Jay loves Sheek.
Oh, man. You look like him a little bit too.
Who, Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Man, I heard a lot of shit. I don't like a lot of motherfuckers, man. Nigga told me like Wanye from Boys to Men. I'm like, what the fuck? Throw that finger in the head, nigga. I can't hear you. Say it again.
Nobody ever told you that.
Dead serious. Shout out to my man Jess. He don't watch the podcast, but he did, yeah. All right, so anything else y'all take from that stuck out as far as Kanye on
yeah. One thing that stuck out, I'm gonna make myself my own brand and try to go for $1 trillion and make feed the homeless with his own nonprofit or something like that, right?
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Something I'm not sure. That's one of them things I gotta listen back to.
Yeah,
I like that fact of he got over 2,000 acres of land. I don't care if it's in Wyoming, but at least he got he getting his land and whatnot. So
he talking about building a city.
Yeah, it was part of that. That was part of that whole conversation when he was talking about the building the city. Because he's like, you got like 200 acres. I think he said it's about 145 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
the exact number.
Yeah. Like he on that's what I'm saying. When you in that space he sit in and his vision, who am I to say he can't do what he say you want to do? You know what I'm saying? When you get the 9 billion.
He said, in the short when time, you talk about a city, who you think of? Akon. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
And he's like, why that can't be me?
True. He said him and Akon's brother Boo be talking all the time. So he was like, yeah, if Akon, you know what I'm saying, can do it, then I'm gonna take it to that level.
Yo, he dropped like 60 names, yo.
Yo,
I thought he said my name. He's like, yeah, me and Flush. I was like, oh shit, I made this shit.
I mean,
that nigga said my grandma name. Like, yeah, Francis in. I just thinking on my grandma.
That nigga would have said Flush name. I would have never came on here, bro. I'll tell you.
Oh, nigga, listen, nigga.
Yo, Bob, I would have never
you had to pay your dues, my B.
Yeah. Yo, all right. Y'all watch the Canelo fight?
No.
I watched the highlights. I caught the clips. They were dancing. It was a solid one.
Boy came ready. He was okay, but Canelo.
You heard the little conversation they had. Somebody caught on ringside.
No. What happened? I had glanced by it probably not too long before we started. What they say to each other?
Basically, he was just like, he said, he's like, you like that, right? He's like, oh yeah, he's like, not bad for 21-0. He's like, you're right, not bad to keep up with you.
Right.
He's out there and then they just saw box.
Yeah,
That was a good ass
Canelo,
fight.
man. Yeah, that was. I sat back and watched that fight Saturday night, man. It was Canelo. He's serious out here. So, do we think maybe Canelo caught Floyd too early, or do you think no matter how good Canelo get, he still can't touch Floyd?
No, I don't think he touched him.
It's hard. That it's the age different, the brackets, how, you know what I'm saying, where they caught each, like you said, when you caught each other.
Right.
I feel like if it was even possible, but Floyd at like 34 and Canelo now, I think that'd be a good ass fight. That'd be a bomb fucking fight. And that's one that you're gonna have to, it's gonna go to the end.
Yeah. I think Canelo now is mentally, he unified the belts. I think he just in a mental. I think he wasn't ready yet. He was too young, and Floyd at that time was just mentally. I think it's more mental than physical.
Always,
you know, it's the mentality of a Floyd. You know, Floyd in his prime was just like, but
yeah, because like you said, he was definitely young, and you got to remember, like, throwing in all the press and all the stuff, and you fighting undefeated. You going against Floyd, he got the money team, he's shining, so you trying to focus up, but still at some point something, and like you said, he wasn't in that Floyd number one mindset, so that a lot of shit goes into just about to fight. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't had them triple G battles yet and all that. You know what I'm saying? That put some. What would you say, Jay?
I say no. Yeah, I was agreeing with you. There's no experience under his belt.
Yeah. You get a little different I remember when Pacquiao went through, I think who he fought, and after that, it was like he went on a run that was crazy. He fought him like 3 times. I want to say, who the boy who used to drink his own urine?
I don't.
Was it him?
I don't know if it was him, but I know who you're talking about because they fought the little Spanish
right.
dude
So
too.
Once they had their joints, it was like, I think he was Mexican, but once they had their joints, it was like Pacquiao was on another level. Pacquiao was just getting busy. They was testing Pacquiao for steroids and everything. Like, there's something wrong with him. Like, he got to be on something.
Boom.
Yeah. Pacquiao was getting busy. So I think he on one of them kind of runs, like Canelo on one of them type runs. Like, I don't know who they gonna put in front of him to stop him. He about to be out here getting busy. It was a good fight though.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. So something with the Kanye thing to go back a little bit, but I found this interesting because I felt like a lot of times the people that he dissed, whether it was Talib or Big Sean or John Legend, it wasn't really about, it was more about how them not being on his side as far as the political situation, especially with the John Legend and the Sean thing. First off, I want to say about the Talib thing. Talib was on Kanye's first album, which nobody
Talib, music stick to your ribs. I mean,
right. That's my favorite CD that I play in my crib. Hey. I mean, you don't really know him. Why'd you lying? Stop fronting, Kanye. Let's stop fronting. That College Dropout wasn't some album that was coming out that everybody thought they had to be on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure that was a favor that you asked him to do. It wasn't anything about financially. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. He was bigger than you when he did that for you. You get what I'm saying? And y'all had a relationship. Don't sit back here, and I love Common. Don't get me wrong, but don't act like, oh, Talib is just garbage compared to Common. I'm pretty sure if you ask Common not gonna say that. So for you to diss Talib and act like Talib is so terrible, no, we're not gonna do that. Especially when he was on your first album, when Rockefeller didn't even believe in that first album like that. You get what I'm saying? So anybody who was on College Dropout, I feel like he shouldn't be able to diss.
Agreed.
Nah, yeah, that's definitely a top tier right there. Like you said, he wasn't as big as he was. They didn't believe in it. It's just, you gotta relax on that sometimes. Like, we hear what you're saying. We see where you trying to come from, but not when you was just Kanye back then.
Right. It wasn't Ye, Yeezy, none of them nicknames. But I went to the Big Sean and John Legend thing because it feels like when you it felt like he felt because he put them or he helped them. Everybody needed help. Somebody put Kanye where Kanye was at. The fact that you contributed to John Legend being even though John Legend had to do it's not like you set everything up and John Legend was a home run hit. John Legend had to do things himself. Big Sean had to do things themselves. Because somebody put you in a financial situation or help you get to a certain point in your life where it does change your family. You know, you're able to move your mom and your family out of circumstances and put them in better circumstances. Is it okay for you to feel like they shouldn't agree with you? They should always agree with you. To me, it felt like because they weren't on his side or he felt like they didn't ride with him. I'm gonna answer first. Like, I don't have to agree with you. No matter what we've done, no matter what I respect people around me who going to tell me how they feel. And if you don't agree with how I feel, I respect that. And I want to hear that from you. I don't want people around me who just going to be, oh, yeah, a yes man. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of got my own answer, and I feel like y'all will. But is it right for him to feel like they owe him something because he's helped them career-wise to be in a certain situation?
I'm going to say no. Like, they don't owe you nothing, right? Now, if it's dealing with music, or something like that, then, hey, you know, how you treated me on this deal, how you treated me when I was on your label, you know, yada, 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 blasey, blasey, then that's different. But bring your political views into it, no. I mean, every man has their own thought, as you said, and every man, you know, is going to follow their own path. What you may say about, you know, I'm trying to think, R. Kelly, it may not be the same thing I think.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying, or maybe the same thing Bobby's going to say about that. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to have that respect towards you because you're your own man. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, Bobby, you were right. Yeah, Nick, you were right. And then send y'all a message like, hey, I didn't think y'all was right, but I didn't want to call you out on it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to, you know, you got to separate that. You know, it's like, you know, what they say in school, separating church and state and whatnot. So that's where you got to separate that. You know, that's one of those, I don't want to say touchy, but you just got to separate that shit, Kanye. Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Nah, I definitely agree. Definitely, as a man, you know, everybody has their own opinions, but I'm not one of them to be like, oh yeah, that was amazing, brother. Right. Not this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, like he said, piggybacking off of you, just definitely agree. If it's about music and moving my family stuff, all hell, thank you, you appreciate you, but we still got some problems because Big Sean said in his song, I signed a slave deal and niggas ended up owning my masters. He had no idea. So that's something I think you need to talk about. You're worried about goddamn my red hat political views and the way they was talking about it, bro. At the end of the day, you fucked them up too. And then you was crying on, you know, screaming on Twitter and shit. Fucking them over, but you worried about what they thought about you and your views. Come on, man. You got other fish to fry. You got to figure that out first.
And that's real talk. Like, end of the day, it can't be a thing where though you going on here for 2 hours talking about how they did this, they did that, and you not owning up to decisions or things you went about. And it's crazy just how, because I'm kind of thinking about the Summer Walker thing. I don't know if y'all heard about, they talking about how bad her contract is.
Yeah, I heard. I saw some shit on that.
And it's like, and I don't know who said it. I'm pretty sure somebody on from one of the guys, whether it's Iceberg or somebody, said like, just because that's the standard deal, don't mean that it should still keep, you know, being given out. You get what I'm saying? Oh, that's how we've always done it. I hate that. Oh, it's always been this way. Okay, but especially if you're an artist yourself, you'd have been through some things. You get what I'm saying? As far as being an artist, and if you know that life, and I'm gonna go a little to the left even more, like the Rick Ross and the Meek Mill thing. And they saying that basically it might be some things as far as Meek contract. But then Ross was speaking about how Birdman did Kyle and how Birdman did Wayne. You get what I'm saying? I'm not sure how that is. And I love Rick Ross. I love Rick Ross. Even though that new cover looked crazy. I love Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, if you know what it's like and you still doing that to other people, that's fucked up. You get what I'm saying? That's not cool. So it's like, you know, as much as, you know, he wants an apology from everybody, you know, and I feel like when you do these deals and you know that you're not doing right by this person or you're not giving them a chance to really financially see, the thing is, that financial change from being dead broke to getting a couple of dollars, yeah, it's big. But when you see when you get in the game, you get some time in, and you see the real view of things, it's still not really right as far as your deal being fair. It's a big change from being broken, living in your mama basement to being able to buy your mama a house. But when you look at how much money everybody else is making and you're the one putting that work in, it ain't the same. So somebody got to be the guy or the person or the man, woman, whatever, that changes this thing of, that's just how it's always been. Your first deal, it's always fucked up. No, when does that stop? Even the NFL, remember the NFL used to give rookies $30 million guaranteed money, and then they changed it. We could change it. You get what I'm saying? Maybe a thing.
Yeah, I mean, Wale just did on the piggyback to that one, to the Ross. Wale just did the interview a couple weeks ago, and he ain't say nothing about his deal. So I don't know if it's just with me personally.
Well, Meek hasn't come out and said Ross is the issue. That's one thing that hasn't happened. He hasn't said specifically what his issue is, but he said he hasn't seen no money off his contract. So he hasn't said Ross' name.
It's I mean, you're definitely correct. We should change it. A lot of people pretty much, technically, that's why we say you're signing your life away, because you're not getting the money. You're not getting what you actually deserve. And the entertainment, yes, in hindsight, they are just taking a chance on you because you might not be who you think you are. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like it should be some type of incentive. If I am who I am, I should be able to negotiate and or change for more money on something simple like that. Because I know, like Schoolboy Q, they said, how's your deal? Because they, that's when they was asking about how they deal was and stuff. He said, I don't know. He said, Top came with me with a deal. I was in the streets. I just got out of jail. And I said, okay.
And that changes lives.
So
that's what I'm saying. But see, once you get into the game and you start seeing how things really operate, and you see how money is, and then you see the money that everybody else is getting, it's liable to change. But like you said, it should be some type of incentive or something in the contract if you meet certain standards that's not crazy, where things change around. I just feel like if you know what it's like, that's like perfect example. This kind of to the left. If me,
Beyonce,
me as a kid, if me as a kid know what it's like to not have my dad around, right? And then I grow up and be a dad who's the same way as my dad was. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, I know that feeling. So if you know as an artist how it is to go through that, why would you start your own label and be the same person that the person who signed you was?
I think the industry, they're scared to give like that, kind of like that deal that Master P got, right? That deal was crazy, his first deal. He got 80-20.
But see, Master P put in a lot of street work.
Yeah, he's smart as shit too. Business minded.
Still got that 80-20 though. The industry keeps 20%. Just because you know your worth, don't mean they're gonna pay you worth, right?
But he put that. But first of all, times have changed so much. You couldn't even do what Master P did right now in these times.
No,
it's impossible to do it. So, but if they didn't give him that, Master P could continue doing what he was doing and be all right. You get what I'm saying? You got to have that. He had the leverage.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? For that deal to be that way. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He had the leverage because he already proved that, I do what I do. And that desperateness of I'm pretty sure Master P wasn't where he ended up being, but he was in a good enough space when he signed that deal. Whereas though, if I wait or I don't take this deal right now, I'm not going to be dead broke. You get what I'm saying? So it's a different thing.
He had an NBA contract. He he was still, in them streets. So like,
right. So when you sit back here, you hungry and you starving, but it's a different thing. You move different when you ain't got nothing in the cupboard. And then when you still all right. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have more in the refrigerator, more in the house as far as food, but I still got enough to survive out here. You going to move and your decision making will be different with those things being different.
Now, that's what I was saying. Like with Schoolboy Q, the way he signed his shit, Master P, the way he signed his shit. Some people, now that you said that inside of the industry, the view, the field of view has changed, which is why they're complaining now. Which is why, but at the end of the day, who's going to hold you accountable? You feel what I'm saying? Because remember, Wale did say he had a fucked up deal, but he left that production company and went to Warner. or whatever. So that's why his shit got better. And that's why he's been chilling and not crying and screaming at everybody like he used to be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, he makes great music. But definitely, I knew he was super frustrated at the time due to his original deal, which is why he got out of that. He can do more. He can be more, productive. He dropped the album about nothing with Seinfeld. Like, who thinks about shit like that? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like those people start to understand and can change it. But when you only 2 to 3 years in the game, not dropping what you're supposed to drop because you're trying to do other shit, it's over. Like, shout out, word to Frank Ocean. That nigga finessed the game and kept it pushing. You feel me?
Right.
That boy good.
And I think once you start rubbing shoulders with other artists and you looking on their plate, oh shit, mm-hmm. he got where you get shrimp from? I ain't seen no shrimp. You know what I mean?
How you getting invited to that luncheon?
Exactly. It shit start looking different. Let's tap into Raiders ex-receiver Henry Ruggs III. To be charged with DUI resulting in death after car crash. I saw like the aftermath video. I seen that car on fire, man. Like that shit was crazy. When I first heard, about the DUI situation, my first thought was, well, why don't the team have it set up where as though, for these type of situations, these guys have, an outlet as far as driving. But then they do. But it's I had to think about it too. Like, and don't get me wrong, is he a kid? Yeah, I'm 22, 23 years old, and me and my wife had a discussion, well, he's still a kid. We've all did wild things when we was young. We have. But end of the day, when you're in a position, Henry, what's his name? Henry
Ruggs III.
Pretty good receiver. He's in his second year. I wouldn't say he was Justin Jefferson and Lamb as of yet in his career, but he's doing pretty good as far as his career. Definitely looking at possibly a second contract in the league. Definitely was headed towards that. You get what I'm saying? You got to think. And that's what comes to me being a father with my kids, when they make decisions even around this house. You got to think. And that comes with, it starts now. You get what I'm saying? And thinking about little things around the house. Or did you think about that? Whatever, paying attention, putting some thought into it. As a teenager, it was cars that pulled up and said, yo, we about to take this ride. Yo, you riding? And I had to decide, nah, I'm going to chill. There's been times when niggas was going out and shit ended up happening that night. And I said, nah, yo, I got to get up early for work. I'm going to stay home. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about what you're doing. Put some thought into it. You're talking about a situation where as though he could possibly, without the situation, change generations of his children's lives, his family lives. This is, coming from, I don't know where he come from, but let's say he come from a situation where as though he's the only one who made it out. You could change so much and not thinking something like this happens. 56 miles per hour?
Facts. In a residential area.
And so I was just there this year. So July, some shit like that. Where he was speeding at, it's like crazy. I don't even know how you got up to that fast. Like that's
so it was
crazy.
was it like the street, like houses and shit?
Yeah.
It wasn't like open freeway or nothing.
No. Like where he was at, like it's crazy. Like it wasn't far from where I was at. So I was just trying to figure out, one, how did you get there? So two, I was reading a lot of comments on it and stuff like that. People was like, why didn't he go in the fire and get the girl out? What people not understanding how hot that blaze is, right? And how
he realized how he just fucked up everything. Did you see the video of him and how he realized, yo, this shit is over for me.
I'm done. Yeah.
When you in your second year feeling like, yo, I'm getting off, car getting me the ball. I'm about to see you. This rookie contract is just, man, I guarantee you, he probably ain't got nothing. He probably ain't sit on nothing.
Hell nah.
You get what I'm
not
saying?
with driving a car like that, my boy.
Exactly. So he's sitting back here like thinking about the second contract already. You get what I'm saying? He realized at that moment. Did you see the video with him and the girl was holding him and all that? His girl was holding him and all that. Yeah. Fuck. He fucked up everything. It's over.
I mean, you're still drunk, but he came out of that shit real quick. I mean, do you know how
you ain't
fast
never been drunk? You ain't never been drunk and came out your drunk?
Oh, definitely.
I was going on base down Norfolk in the Navy, drunk as hell, driving somebody else's car, no license.
When you go
right up.
Them MPs?
Sober right up. Right.
Hell yeah.
You know how fast you gotta go
you see how
to hit somebody's car in the back and it catch on fire. That Corvette doesn't have an engine up front. It has it in the back. That Toyota doesn't have an engine in the back. It has it up front. You know how
so he hit it from behind.
Hit it from behind. He rear-ended it.
Right.
So and
it caught fire like that.
Yeah, exactly. To catch fire.
Yeah, he's spazzed. I mean, like you said, he's young, but still, at the end of the day, you have too much responsibility with where you're at in life, and to a team you made a commitment to your family that's cheering you on, to everybody that was fans of you. Just you become bigger than you was yesterday, and bigger than you even think you are. People are buying your jerseys. People are outside in the cold tailgate jumping off tables for you. Like, bro, like you become bigger than that, bro. And you just to do something that fast and lose it all, that's tough.
It was crazy as though plus what it's been last 2 to 3 weeks we've been saying every week the Raiders got a dark cloud over them. The Raiders got a dark cloud over them, right?
Yeah.
And every week it had its progress where that cloud is getting darker and darker as their jerseys, right? So you got Gruden,
right?
You got Ruggs, and now you got a situation today.
What happened today?
You got
the corner,
yeah.
right. Okay, hold on. I seen that, but I didn't even. What he was on? What was he at? He was on YouTube. What was he at on Instagram or some shit?
I'm not 100% sure, but he was out here flashing the pistol and. You know what I'm saying? You're a first round draft.
Something to him? They did something to him, didn't they?
They released him.
Yo.
Doing whatever.
You're a first round draft pick.
But see,
now what I will say is the Ravens will be gladly to scoop you up because we need a corner, but you're gonna come with some stipulations.
See, the thing is too, you got to look at with an NFL team. You start looking at the general manager. Because how much time did you put into looking at like how much research did you do on this athlete? You know what I'm saying? Forget the 40 time and how much he jumped and all that. How much did we put into his background and seeing what kind of person he was? When you got multiple players with these type of situations, it makes it look like y'all didn't put no time into that. You get what I'm saying? End of the day, they're gonna call Henry Ruggs' situation immaturity. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna say that. So I think he had the top 40 speed in the draft last year.
Yeah, but like a 4.2, something like that.
Yeah, but when you think about, I watched the NFL draft. I done seen them back there and say, oh, yo, he falling because teams on the board, they took him off his board because of these things, because of that, because of this. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you invest a first round pick into somebody. When you cutting the first round pick, that's really saying some shit in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Because you
first round picks.
Which one? He was the boy was he was a what?
Ruggs and Arnett.
Arnett was a first round pick too?
Yes.
That don't look good for the GM at all. Like and that's Mike Mayock. Shout out to I used to watch. I know Mike Mayock for a fact. I remember him on NFL Network. He probably about to lose his job. And then they got to look at. They might have to do a thing with the Raiders, whereas though we just cleaning out everything and starting brand new and bringing in new type of people because it seems obvious that the atmosphere, the energy of the team ain't right from the head coach to the ex coach to the players. You get what I'm saying? It might be time to start brand new again, and they just did.
Yeah, they got a new stadium, so they're gonna next year they might move to Mexico. They try to rebrand.
Shit, all that money they done put in that fucking stadium. Remember how expensive them tickets was? We was trying to get in that motherfucker.
I don't know,
but David Carr might want to get up out of there if he's smart.
At that point, shit, he was just eating too. Raiders was on a run too.
Yeah, they had won the last 2 weeks through all this stuff, but then they just lost to the Giants, which they came to New York and lost. I mean, It can
It's
happen.
cold.
It was a
cold
rough
and
week
shit.
in NFL. Period. Just
Man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I was heartbroken when I heard about Derrick Henry, boy. Fantasy team went through the fucking gutter.
Yo,
Got
shit.
me out the club.
I got Chubbs and I got Carson. Well,
Man,
my
I had
fantasy
Chris
drink,
Carson
and I got
Derrick
Kyler,
Henry.
and I got Kyler Murray, who didn't play this week.
It's Gronkowski. I mean, I could keep going. My team's in shambles.
Yeah, the league is beat the fuck up.
Ravens won.
Yo, fuck the Ravens. They beat my Vikings. Good win. But hold on, I want to tap into this Dame Dash situation. So last week we spoke about Jay-Z going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and shouting Dame out. And then Dame came out and said, yo, we need to squash, this beef, whatever we got going on, me and Jay need to squash it. For me, that's real positive to hear. We spoke on that. We always say we the prophetic podcast. I definitely said that, they need to just go ahead, get past all that. I mean, I hope that they get to that point. Because like I said, man, we have to celebrate what Rockefeller Records was. Rockefeller Records, they couldn't get a deal. They couldn't get a deal with Jay-Z. They had to do it themselves. They started from the bottom and got to that point. Things happen and it's sad, because they say everybody can't go and all these different things. But when those the guys as me being a teenager or in my young 20s, those the guys we rooted for. Those the guys, that was winning. And so to see it happen the way it happened, and then it wasn't really a lot of clarity as to why it happened or whatever like that. I just hope it gets to a point where as though, we can really, celebrate, what they did. Not just Dame Biggs and Hove, celebrate what Rockefeller Records was, because you had to be outside, you had to be there. You had to be outside when that happened to really appreciate it. So, I want that time, that day to come, whereas I'm not saying they're going to be best friends or they're going to be sipping pina coladas or doing whatever, but, be in the same space and celebrate their accomplishments, because at the end of the day, no matter what Hove is, the level that he gets to, he wouldn't have got there without Dame Dash and Biggs.
Definitely.
Yes, sure. Going back to that Kanye interview, he said it. Shit, shout out to Biggs, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dame, because they asked him about Dame, and he was like, I'm always picking Dame. Dame was the one that made you think differently. He's going to make sure you know your worth and who they are coming through the door. You feel what I'm saying? They say he was smart. He was a genius. He just acting niggerish, just what they called it. But he was just very aggressive and passionate about what he really knew what was going to happen. Not thought, what he knew was going to happen. Just whoever's going to take up the deal, which look at them now. You know what I mean? Look at them now. So shout out to that, man.
They said he's a mixture of both. You know what I'm saying? So take the niggers of Dame and you take the music side of Hove, then you get Ye.
So you know what?
Yeah.
Dame is like that NBA player, right? Who, if he on your team, you love him. But if your team playing against him, you can't stand his ass. So he's like Rondo. And that's what Dame Dash is like Rondo. You get what I'm saying? Whereas though Rondo's one of them players who, he tough. He might end up rumbling. And if your team playing against him, you be like, I hate that little nigga. But if he on your squad, you like him. So
either him or DeMarcus Cousins. Either or, they both one and the same.
Right. Shout out to Dame Dash. I hope they get it together though, man. For real. I really hope they, stop all this and whatever little petty stuff they got going on, they let it go. Is Jay-Z the ultimate underdog story?
I would probably have to say yes, just because you got to just look at the spectrum of it, from where he actually started from to how idolized and what he's looked at now. I would say yes, because as a minority in America, we always underdogs. But from being that person selling drugs, the other, what I'm saying, in the streets, rapping, just all the generic stuff they put on our names. Right. From that, he became the businessman, the mogul, the icon. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. So to me, I would say yes, because it's still going to this day. You know what I mean? So I think so.
I'm not going to say him by himself. I'm going to say Hove, I'm gonna say Dre, and I'm gonna say Q.
Nigga, what is you talking about? When we, I said it's Jay the ultimate.
What's up, my man?
I said it's Jay the ultimate. Okay, just to entertain what you said, right? Because we just talking about. I was just talking about Jay. What makes you say that? I'm not saying those other two guys aren't.
I'm saying no. I'm rebuttaling what you're saying. Like I'm not gonna give him.
I'm not competing. I'm not saying competing with anybody else. I'm just saying his personal story. I'm not saying compared to anybody else. I'm just saying what he's been through. Is it just like the ultimate underdog story? I'm not saying is he the most underdog ever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
I understand what you're saying,
okay,
but what
so
I'm saying,
go ahead.
I'm not gonna put him alone. What I'm saying is,
we're just talking about him alone. I'm not talking about nobody else right now. We just talked about him and Dane.
No.
You said.
There you go. No.
Yeah. You're gonna say no. Oh, why do you think so? Because I said Dre and
because I said Dre and Cube. So if you say Dre and Cube, then what about fucking the rest of the niggas? Like, what about Easy?
Easy didn't make it.
The nigga died. Like they wouldn't have made.
Exactly, he died.
They wouldn't have made it without Easy. Easy to cut the check to even get the shit started.
He wrote the lyrics.
Easy, there's no NWA.
He wrote the lyrics.
Who wrote the lyrics?
Cube.
Oh, did he? For real?
Nigga, I know.
Nigga, you're not telling me nothing.
He's up for
Hey, yo, Bob, you see this shit? Like,
you swear you schooling somebody like Cube wrote the lyrics. Nigga, did you not watch that at Compton? Nigga,
you can't rap without lyrics.
You're right, but he got the check. You can have lyrics all day, but if you ain't got the bread for the studio time, what do it mean?
Oh, I get that, but at the end of the day, like rest in peace to him, but he didn't make it. And now you got Cube Vision. You know what I'm saying? You got, are we there yet? You got all this other stuff that Cube is putting out where, you know what I'm saying? Like the last
Cube
story
is a wonderful story. And if we're talking about Ice Cube, we could definitely talk about his accomplishments. We just weren't talking about Ice Cube.
The last story of Easy was Bone Thugs.
Right.
And that's what.
Imagine what Easy would. Man, listen, I can't do this with you right now. I can't do this. You just do for like, you just got to give me one hard time. Pause. Every time I turn around with you. Okay, so Ice Cube and Dr. Dre are also underdog stories. Are you happy?
There we go. My motherfucking brother.
This nigga is worse than you. Is fucking worse than me, yo. Yo, Aaron Rodgers and his vaccine shit. Did Aaron lie, man?
Tough.
Did Aaron lie?
He did lie.
Aaron? Did Aaron lie?
Yeah, man. Are you vaccinated? I'm immunized. Like, nigga, what?
Look, nigga, is you vaccinated or not, nigga?
Yeah.
You playing word games.
But I mean, it's not just on Aaron Rodgers because you have to show your card and you have to show all your information to the NFL, to Green Bay Packers. So everybody knew. They're just letting this nigga do whatever. So,
but they didn't double check. You think they knew?
No, he's Aaron Rodgers. They're not going to care.
But see, the twist is like when it comes down to it, though, it's all good. What if this is a playoff game?
They lose.
It looked I know, but it's looked at different though. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they try to call this the last ride or the last. You know, this is last one with them. But end of the day, like, yeah, right. I mean, like no matter what I said about Kyrie Irving, I respect the honesty of you saying like, yo, this is how I feel. I'm not doing it. It looks bad when it seems like how do they know? So they're saying, because I was trying to look this up and I couldn't find it. They're saying they know for a fact. How do they know for a fact that he didn't take a vaccination?
I'm pretty sure you just ask go to a system and you could just ask for proof. Where's your card?
Or where's the proof that you actually got something done?
Yeah,
he didn't have anything.
One shot, two shots.
It's simple questions. If I ask you something simple, you gonna tell me yes or no? And if you can't prove it or show me, know what I mean? Come on.
Right, son, but then nobody thought to ask him until he actually got the virus this week, is what I'm gathering.
Yeah, because it's regular protocol. It's like, oh yeah, you got it right. Where's your card at? So we can actually tell you either you got 7 days for a week out or you're gonna be out for 4.
And then he didn't have it.
Exactly.
Hey, Ron, come on. Lying and shit.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's on him. But everybody has their choice to do what they want to do with their bodies and stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's still on the NFL and the Green Bay Packers because you didn't let anybody else on that team go unvaccinated. But Aaron Rodgers, until you got that shit, nobody rechecked.
The team play a part in it too. Yeah, that's that not treating everybody fair. You get what I'm saying? He get a pass that don't nobody, but he used to that. I think he one of them guys who's not really. I get the impression that he's not like one of the guys. You get what I'm saying? Some guys in the locker room are, they with everybody and they one of the guys. I don't know if he's that guy. And Green Bay didn't help themselves anybody. What you had to say, Jay?
He discounted, double check the system and shit.
My man said discounted, double check the system.
Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, they would have never.
Fuck the power.
Fuck the police. They would have never.
Hey, he went to Public Enemy just now talking about fight the power, but it's
I know, right?
Ice Cube and Dr. Dre would have never not got vaccinated.
Right, just throwing out names now. That's what we're doing. Just fuck it.
Yeah. All right, yo. So I was saying this shit like at Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first play is always let me see what I really fuck with.
Facts.
So that first play, you got a little bit of everything, just trying to see where it's at. That second play is all right. I didn't see what everything was. Now I'm going back for the shit I fuck with heavy.
That's a
agree
fact.
or disagree?
Nah, I agree. If I'm at somebody's crib, I'm gonna try to do everything, be respectable, not grab too much, but grab enough to yeah, you want some more? No, let me make sure it's settled in. My stomach been a little uneasy. Sure. Turkey dry, mac and cheese busting, yams good. I'm out here taking notes and shit. So next time I go up, I'm going straight for this shit and slide it right back. Hell no.
I write that shit in my phone. Like I nobody knows.
Why do you need notes? Nigga, you just was eating it, nigga. Like when you bit it, you knew. What the fuck is you writing it down for?
I forget because I'm like, all right, which one? Like,
take your plate, Jay.
10 pan 4 valid.
I got a big family, so Auntie Shirley may make mac and cheese, and Auntie Marilyn may make mac and cheese, but Auntie Marilyn shit is dry. You know what I'm saying?
So okay. Yo, I hate somebody who come over and just go crazy on the first plate. Like, dog, let everybody eat first. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Like, I hate somebody who get over and just be, dog, relax.
Triple
let everybody eat. Like, I hate somebody who just be like doing a lot. Like, even if I get a plate, I get a plate and chill for a minute. Let everybody eat. You get a plate. Like you ain't even done your plate. I hate that. Listen, finish your plate. Bro. I tell my kids that. Like, finish what's on your plate before you have some new shit. Like they be eating something. Huh?
My motherfucking brother do that shit. Like, that nigga piles the plate yay high and just keep like, yo, what are you doing? Like the kids ain't eat yet. Oh, I left from school. No lie. This nigga ate $60 of Chinese food one day. I almost had to choke this nigga. And he about that then. I come back, he talk about I ain't do it. Motherfucker got gravy on the top of his shit. Yo, my family seen how hot I was. It was like, yo, go to the store and get something to eat. What the fuck you mean? Like this nigga, he makes plates that high.
Yo, I had a nigga, and I ain't gonna say his name though. So my homeboy, this was years ago. I was having a cookout, kids there and shit. And he like, yo, dog, like eat. Don't come to nigga. If I'm cooking on the grill, nigga, don't come to me asking me about no food on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dog, the burgers ain't almost done. I had to tell him first off, dog, the kids eat first. Let the kids eat. Like, go grab a beer or something. Sit the fuck down. Like, first of all, I don't believe in going to. Now, I'm not talking about Thanksgiving anymore, but just if let's say we're having something small or something that's like a game night or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You weren't at my game night this year, was you?
Nah, I didn't make it.
Right. But don't, if it's something that's like small food, whatever, it ain't a dinner. Eat something before you fucking get there. Like, I hate a nigga who comes somewhere dead fucking hungry and then you killing everything. Like, there's certain shit you just don't go to with a fucking empty stomach. You get what I'm saying? Like, eat something and then you gonna go there and get something small. What up? Like, niggas that go to some shit that's just some shit like snacks or some and be trying to get full blown. Fool going home. Like, stop that shit, man.
I think one of my pet.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say one of my pet peeves is fucking when somebody come there, they make their plate, but they already got their to-go plate right under that shit.
No. Oh no, yo, you don't make no to-go plates until everybody ate. That shit is so fucking ignorant. I'm sorry, like
Facts.
what's wrong with you? Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, my pet peeve, the nigga that make more than one to-go plates. Like, yo, where the fuck you going?
No, first off, don't be making no to-go plates, and you ain't even like, no, dog. Like, first of all, don't come in my house and just think. And you got to spend some time too. Don't just eat and roll. Don't be that motherfucker. Especially if you ain't bring nothing. Like, you ain't bring nothing. You just. Man, listen, y'all got
my man triggered. Hold on.
You're right. All day.
Nah, if you on your yay shit, drop that nigga name, nigga.
All day. I mean, don't take it personal.
Text this nigga right now, yo. You not invited, yo.
Yeah, don't come back, my boy. You owe me
Right,
3
like,
10 pans of food, motherfucker.
Yo, real shit. I'll stop inviting niggas over for certain shit. Like, yo, you can't. Nah, yo. I'll stop inviting you to shit.
I stop inviting niggas to come over, right? Like, you know, let's say I come to your crib, right? And I know you drinking JMO, right?
Right.
Boom, I bring you a bottle. I'm not taking it home with me.
Yo, dog.
You didn't
listen,
crack. So
why
I'm
you
taking
keep it going? I was trying to chill.
Oh,
Yo,
fuck
listen.
that.
Nah,
no,
we
I
here.
hate that shit.
Now we running,
me.
man.
Yo, listen, you don't take. If you bring a bottle to the crib, you don't take that bottle with you. That bottle do not go with you. Once that bottle step foot in my house, it's the houses. That shit belongs to the crib.
He said the houses.
It's the houses. It belongs to the house. It's the houses. You know the fuck I'm saying. Like, I'm in a space right now. No fuck.
I'm in a space.
All right. Shit, I hate that shit, dog. I had somebody. I ain't know what. I ain't gonna say nobody.
Chill, yay. Chill, yay.
Nah, yo, fuck it, yo. So my sister, right? This is a long time ago. So I had a fight party, right? It's a long time ago. So I was with my daughter mom still. So she called my daughter mom, like, yeah, did Neef open that bottle of whatever it is? She was like, no. She's like, oh, I'm about to come over there and get that. She was like, you better call him first. Like, you're not about to come over here and get nothing. You lost the bump your fucking head. No, I had a fight party because I'm the king of, like, I'll have someone just tell everybody, like, yo, bring a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll provide all the food, just bring a bottle. And then what's crazy, a lot of times I always say this, we'll make punches, and then the punch be really what everybody drink, and the bottles don't ever get open. So that's what mostly happen most of the time and shit. But don't be calling me talking about, oh, I left a bottle. That once that bottle, yo, if you try to, and don't try to have the bottle that you bought beside you while you sit, like, you can
all day just sitting there with your shit.
You're like, yeah, you got your bottle. And then there's always some punk ass E&J. Nobody want that shit. Get that fucking E&J. You got a fucking little bottle of E&J, like, yeah, you know.
Shit, $8, nigga. What the fuck?
My man with pride, I don't do shit like that. What are you talking about out here? See, how do we get? See, that's how we. This how this shit be, yo.
Hey, it's lit. Thanksgiving rules. Bring a bottle and stay there. No motherfucking
man. You
say
chuck
like
that bottle, man. Chuck that fucking bottle. You not living right. You know why you don't got multiple bottles at your house? Like, that's got to be better.
Fact. If I'm outside, I'm buying the bottle. It's for that outing.
Right, because I got bottles already at the house. My bottles is right here. Yo, next time you get to the city too, Chris, you gotta come to the crib. You ain't been to the crib since you ain't been out drinking. Fuck with me. You gotta come. I got you.
I'm gonna slide.
Yeah, yo, Silk Sonic, right? I was worried because Leave Your Door Open came out. That shit was major. That shit was big. Then the skate shit came out. That shit was.
It wasn't up to par with it.
But this new shit, Smoking Out the Window, yo, my
you
nigga,
like
that shit go hard.
I ain't like that. I like skate more than I like the window.
You crazy. Smoking Out the Window gonna be one of them drinks is gonna be hot. Listen, you gonna hear that shit everywhere, bro. That's Smoking Out the Window.
Talk about some shit, but I think I like skate better. I don't know. Maybe because I was a nigga that,
Smoking Out the Window, bro. That's Smoking Out the.
What you saying, Bobby?
That's yeah.
I'm gonna have to probably. I think it's when I heard him, so I think Smoking Out the Window is probably gonna be the joint right there.
Yo,
but just because like you said, that first one I dropped was like, okay, this is how they coming. Then that skate shit drop was like, this is not the type of time I thought they was gonna be on. Right. Then that Smoking, I'm like, oh, okay, be back.
Right, yo, that's Smoking Out the Window, though. And this shit is funny though. And this some shit they talking shit about the woman, but the women gonna fuck with it. This gonna and you know I be on TikTok. I'm a TikTok guy now. And they listen, this one of them drinks that they is like using this on, so it's gonna blow up just because of that. They using that shit everywhere, but that's Smoking Out the Window shit.
Bruno don't drop shit unless it's gold.
Listen, that shit official. Oh, hold on, we're not going downplay Anderson though.
I'm about to say
Anderson get busy.
I'm not gonna downplay Pat, but anything that motherfucking Bruno Mars has came out with,
no doubt.
That shit is one.
But Anderson is definitely holding his own on there.
Definitely.
No, I'm gonna listen. You gotta see the video. So right, the video, right?
I did.
After his part, he said that Jake when he passed out, he on the ground.
He laid on the ground.
Yo, niggas like, yo, Anderson back die. Like,
I wondered that shit. I was like, why the fuck is he on the ground? And then
he got up. He gonna get up.
Then
he pop back up. With, yo, listen, I like what they doing, man. I like Silk Sonic.
Nah, they definitely it's definitely dope just because they both, when they make their own music, they have their live bands and shit like that. So I know just the music and sound at the time they put into shit is going crazy. Like that's just it's a vibe every day.
That shit.
Let me tell you what I like most about it though. What I was doing the most, I watched that shit, right? And I was watching it and I rewind. I was trying to do the dance moves and shit.
Yeah, they be listen, when he said she called me Hercules and he did that shit with his feet. Yeah, listen, them niggas be doing their thing. Hey, Summer Walker, you got a week at number one, Summer. when they dropping this week. Summer dropped last week. My wife loving that Summer shit. I ain't really listened to it though.
Oh, yeah, that woman getting their shit off to that Summer shit.
Yeah, Summer coming around, but Silk Sonic about to shut shit down for a little minute.
Be glad when they drop this fucking EP. You dropping these
that's an album. They dropping it on Friday.
Oh, so Silk Sonic is?
Say it one more time.
Silk Sonic dropping on Friday?
Yeah, they dropping on Friday. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm skipping Skate though. They can keep Skate.
I'll be on Skate.
They should have took Skate off that motherfucker. Let me find out you a skater. You be out there doing it. You be spinning and all that shit, huh, Jay?
Yo, that's a story for another day. But hell yeah, I'll be out there. I'll be on my motherfucking roll bounce ATL shit out there. I don't know if I still got the moves because my knee's about to hit 35 on Thursday.
Yo, shout out to Jay. Early happy birthday to Jay. Coming up, Veterans Day. Shout out. We ain't done yet. I want to shout out the vets real quick. Shout out to all the vets out there. Me and Jay both vets. Shout out to that. Shout out to Jay birthday coming up. Usually do that at the end, but I fuck around and forget. So it's on my mind now. So I had to fucking say it. Because I be like, damn, I should have. There's some shit I be forgetting shit sometimes. What was your nickname as a kid? Coming up, they might not call you that no more, but when you was a young buck, they used to call you that. I'm gonna go first. If you've been listening to the episode, you've heard my government name more than you usually hear my government name, which is Hanif. So when I was a young buck, Hanif, I don't know if people familiar with it, but Neefy, and so when I was young, everybody called me Neefy when I was young. As I grew up, it's something that I outgrew. Only ones who call me Neefy is my grandmother, rest in peace, Frances Castle. She called me Neefy, and my baby sister used to call me Neefy, and my nieces and my nephew call me Uncle Neefy. So that was my nickname growing up. I outgrew it as an adult. Don't know grown men call me Neefy, but that was my nickname. What you got, Chris?
Oh my shit was man. When I was born, my mom said she drank a bunch of apple juice. So I came out and I was gray and shit. So she's like, old ass. She's like, I got an old man. So ever since then, she called me old man. That's been my name. So shit, some people still call me that. Like, so old man, what's up, man? My dad called me that shit. So it's just been my name.
What you got, Jay?
My shit was Bookie.
Who?
Bookie.
Pookie?
Boot with a B. Bookie.
Bookie. Why Bookie?
Like that. I don't even know where the fuck it came from. Honestly, it's one of those names that, like, when I got older, like you can't call Baltimore and be like, who calling? And I can't say my government. I'll be like, I gotta say Bookie. Like it ain't. They don't know my government.
Oh, you can't say quite.
I don't know who that is.
That's your name. Mama named you quite.
Yo.
See?
Hey,
talking that shit.
Like this. But no, you can't say that though. Like you can a lot of places you can say that, but I mean, even to this day, like Baltimore, I'm straight Buki. Anywhere else, everybody know Jay or whatever. But going to Baltimore, yeah. I'm that. Even I'm that, and then as I got older, I became Ghost. Because like I go out and just smash a chick, and then like she'll go at my sister's house and look for me, and my ass would be in Virginia, Jersey, Delaware, New York. I'm gone.
You be Ghost.
I'm Ghost. And you come home off a leave too. In the military,
she about to find you. Like she about to find you. Buki, come here. That's you. Buki, where you been? No wonder, Buki.
That's all they knew. Buki, and they just knew that's it. I'm gone. Like so. Yeah.
You silly yo. What we've been saying, and this is gonna be the last topic, but what we've been saying is, I got a couple more things, but y'all got time? Y'all in a rush?
You good?
All right. Mental health for the athletes. Calvin Ridley came out and he's taking some time away from the Atlanta Falcons for mental health. What's homegirl, the tennis player? I don't want to mess her name up.
Naomi Osaka?
Right. We've been seeing athletes today coming out and addressing that. Taking time away for their mental health or whatever. I think it's something to be proud of. Well, even as kids and stuff like that, it was just always, I don't know, even like just as black men, we've always just been, you got to tough it out, I mean, we talking about athletes, but just that's the way we've been raised, so it's good to see athletes, sit back here and acknowledge that there's an issue and take the steps to fix them. When I look at the Ben Simmons situation, I just hope that's not something athletes go to as an outlet to use again. When you abuse stuff like that, then it becomes hard for people who really going through it to express it. So I just hope that it's never a thing where as though an athlete is using that. And I think this is going on with Ben Simmons. I think he's using that as a reason to not play because they were finding them, and that's fucked up. But it's good to see athletes addressing that and bringing it to light and taking the steps to fix it. But I also hope that this doesn't become a thing that athletes use, because when it's something that you can't challenge, when you sit back here and say, oh, I don't believe them, it's almost like it's super insensitive. So it's something you can hide behind. I always say, and I don't know if we was talking about what's the young boy name? Lil Nas X talking about he gay, and I don't really think he gay. We ain't got to talk about that right now, but I'm just saying, when you can't sit back here and challenge that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's not really gay. It sounds crazy coming out of somebody's mouth. So when you sit back here and say an athlete, oh, yo, he's not really going through anything. You can't do that shit. You get what I'm saying? So It's good to see that, and I just hope it's not something that gets abused. How y'all feel about it?
I can relate. So I'm kind of glad to see it, being a combat veteran. And when I first came in, it was, we don't go to sick call, you tough it out. And as you say, growing up in the places that we grew up, it was like, if you ain't broke nothing, you don't care how big the gash is, then you got to tough it out. Put a little Band-Aid on it, rub some dirt on it, and keep going.
Right.
But now, as being, a combat veteran and understanding, like, how long it took me to acknowledge that, one, I needed help, and the issues that I deal with between PTSD, TBI, and so many more, that to see that they're taking it and acknowledging it, owning it, and showing the generation, whoever's coming from under them, if it's sports or whoever's idolizing them, that if something's going on in your life, then bring awareness to it. There's no reason to halter it inside you. So, Bobby?
Yeah, man, I definitely agree. Super glad to see it becoming more prevalent in just the community. Something that needs to be talked about. Men have one of the highest suicide numbers as a whole. So definitely just, seeing us be able to talk about it and express ourselves more is definitely a great thing. Not taking nothing away from the woman. I just I can only really speak for what I see, and sometimes some days of what I feel. But definitely, it's always great to see when somebody's able to have that power and step away from something due to not feeling right and be able to compete at the highest level. Definitely, I hope, like you said, Ben Simmons is not faking it. I feel like they're gonna keep finding him unless he like checks himself into therapy or something to kind of prove that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, again, yeah, it's obviously it's not a good thing, but it's good to see that they're addressing what's actually wrong and taking the time for it. So, I think it's pretty dope.
Definitely. Now that Kobe Bryant estate, right? Whew. So a couple years back, Kobe Bryant put $6 million into body armor.
Yeah, it's like the drink.
Right, the body armor situation. He put $6 million into it, which now has turned into $400 million as it got sold to Coca-Cola. Man, it's crazy when your money make money, boy. God, goodness gracious. And from what I'm hearing, that estate might be close to $1 billion because I heard it was worth close to 600 million. Add that 400, you're talking about $1 billion. So that's crazy. Shout out to that estate and all the things that's going on as far as, we wish you could be here to see it. But a $6 million investment turning into 400 million, boy. When you got money, boy, that money will make money for you.
But
yeah.
And then these athletes are so much more business-wise. They are ahead of anything these other cats was doing. Like if you see what LeBron and what KD doing, they still in the league, making money outside the league, man. It's to see black men, young black men, business minds being the way they are, man. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Generational wealth. I mean, LeBron, KD don't have any kids, but LeBron's got 3. So in case their plans don't work out, and they try to follow the footsteps, and they have something so where it can be passed down from generation to generation.
I'm about to say, all right, now I hear what you're saying. The word to Shaquille O'Neal, he rich, nigga, not they rich.
Oh yeah. Oh yo. But Jay, you said that a minute ago too, Jay. You were saying that Shaq be like, yo, I'm rich, y'all not rich.
I said that, yeah.
But see, it's a thin line because, like, in this conversation we've had, if people who listen to this podcast, you're familiar with this conversation that we always have, and it's like that thing where it's though me being a kid, I seen things as a kid. I seen my mom go through things. My mom was a young mom, 17, having 3 children by the age she was 22. I see my mom go through a lot of things, and I feel like it built characteristics in me that I'm thankful that I have. And when our kids are in these situations where as though they don't know what struggles like, and you don't want them to know what struggles like, but I do feel like me seeing those things gave me an edge that I live with today from that. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a thing where as though you want your kids to understand that you want to give them the world, but yet and still make them understand that you're not supposed to. There's nothing that says you're supposed to get all this stuff. There's not like you're not entitled to. And I always go to a birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Me being a kid, I didn't have a birthday party every year. Every year my kids, it's a party or we going out and we're spending a bunch of money. And it's a bunch of gifts. And it's end of the day, it's not a contract, or I'm not going to get arrested if I don't do these things. You get what I'm saying? Because let's say financially things happen where as though I'm not able to do it this year. You get what I'm saying? So you want to give them everything, but in the same token, you want them to understand that you're not supposed to get it. So be thankful because it's not something that's supposed to happen. We're just in a blessed enough situation where as though it does happen. They don't, my kids don't know what it's like to come home and the lights is out, or, not knowing we're going to sleep at, or a roof over our heads, or going to different schools because we always moving because of financial things that's going on. They don't know a life like that. And I don't want them to. But in the same token, I feel like I have an advantage or certain characteristic in me because of those things. You get what I'm saying? And I kind of want them to have it without them going through what I went through. Go ahead, Jay.
No, you have the knowledge. We have the knowledge of knowing the hardships of our parents and how we grew up, and we don't want to pass that on to our others and whatnot. Most definitely. I mean, growing up, like you said, my birthday party was a cake, if that. Maybe a $20 bill, and that was it. I might get some shoes or something like that. Nowadays, it's shoes, birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, and balloons and cakes, and yada yada yada, and blasey blasey. So definitely.
Nah, that's a fact. I don't have any kids currently, but definitely, like you said, once you are in those experiences, either you're gonna like it, love it, or learn from it. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
If you like that experience, you're gonna make sure you and yours experience it again. Like, yo, I used to like this shit, bro. You're gonna love it. I promise you. You love it. You're gonna sit there and make sure it's like, oh yeah, we have to. This is gonna be in our family ritual, regardless. We're gonna make this happen and learn from it. I ain't like that shit, but I know how to not be there again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just those hardships. It was hard going through it, but like I said, it built a different type of character that you're not going to find in a lot of people. And when you find out in a lot of people, those conversations and those events, or that, just that conversation you have with that person is a different type. Because now you're on the same spectrum in a different realm, discussing things that can progress your life. You feel what I'm saying? So those, I don't, take any of my experience that I have with people in times for granted, because those can spark an idea. It can spark, just something in you that can change your whole momentum. You could be in a slump and somebody just say, hey man, what's that? And you just made you a brand new shirt. Oh, this is my clothing line. Oh, word. I invest 100 in it right now. Boom. Motivated. I'm back to it. You see what I'm saying? So Little things could always take off and go, go where it needs to be.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like, yo, I don't even. Go ahead, Jay.
I was just telling Bobby, she might see this episode and give you those words. I gotta tell you something. So
hey man. How about I say, hey man, let's get this shit top of the morning. Top of the morning.
Yo, what I was gonna say is like, yo, it's serious. Like every morning I get up 4 o'clock for work. Bro, I never hit the snooze button one time. And it might be the military, background in it, because it ain't no calling out. But I really believe it's the fact that I refuse to be where I've seen. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how tired I am, if I might, oh man, shit. But I've never hit the snooze button. Never. You know what I mean? I'm about to go get this, because the other day, it's so many people that wake up and don't got that to go to. You get what I'm saying? And as long as my family need, I'm going to be up to take care of that, and it ain't going to be no snooze buttons for me. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact, man. One of my memories that I always tell everybody, because it's like one of the craziest memories I still have to this day. We was in the house and the alarms are going off in the building. The fire department comes and busts open our door with the little hammer drum. Boom!
Right.
They're like, fire. I'm standing there like a little kid, just like, there ain't no fire. It was the crackheads next door burning their fucking place down. So now we gotta wait until the apartment complex come and put our locks back on our door. So we got a fucking mini fridge holding my door open, and when my mom sleep next to us with a gun. I was like, oof, that's tough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All night, and you just hear people walking past, don't know if they coming in or not. You don't get no sleep. Right. I'm in the jacks, nigga. Like, either shit, you got to figure it out.
Listen, I bet you'll never let your kids see that. You get what I'm saying?
No.
Definitely. All right, we're gonna end it right. Listen, I can go. We keep going.
We covered Astro. Travis Scott, Astro World.
Right. My bad. We gotta do that one. So what happened? Yeah. What happened? Okay, so say you gotta see what happened. I don't got all the information, so you got to do
sure Bobby is though.
So I am. Damn. Okay, throw it on me. I got the ball, coach. Shit. Basically, Travis. He had a concert, Astro World. people were getting in, and then there was a back gate that was actually stampeded on, and people that didn't even have tickets actually were inside the concert. So boom, that's the first thing. So now it's overpopulated, not enough security, not enough medical staff in there. Keep that in mind. Then another instance, there's people passing out, don't know if they were on drugs or what so have you. They died. 8 people died. About 100 injured. There was mosh pits. Travis Scott, that's his thing, mosh pits, and his crowds always go crazy. But there were actually casualties. He wouldn't stop the concert, and people are saying that they're gonna put lawsuits on him for the dead people that ended up at his concert. And the second part is a lot of people also is trying to put this on demonic offerings. So that's the two things that's going on with the Travis Scott. Yeah, so it is a whole lot pretty much going on with that. There's videos coming out of a person was recording, and you see people running on stage, pushing the cameraman like, "There's a dead body here. Tell them to stop." Like people are climbing up trying to scream, "There's dead bodies," and you see like the body as a security trying to grab him out, just all limp. Like it's a lot of crazy videos that's coming out.
Damn. So is that Travis's fault? What is his what they call him? That's his
venue.
Right, not venue, but basically that's his what they call them joints, his festival, right?
Yeah, his actual work festival. Yeah.
So how much of that is really his responsibility? Do anybody know how much is he do we hire the security, or whose responsibility is all these things?
So it's not per se his fault, but he's the front runner, so you will always be addressed.
He's the name.
So it's good. Exactly.
Live Nation is the front runner.
Exactly. So it's him, at his event, but the people who set it, why there wasn't enough security, who invested in security, while where was the medical team at, knowing his show. So obviously, again, he's the front, he's the face because it's a Travis Scott actual all that shit. But the people who actually book the venues, book the security, book the management team is basically the ones that gotta figure it out. And the PR team got to make the press release. So it's really the management team that kind of dropped the ball on the security and things of that nature.
So that was this past weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. They said one dude was running around with a fucking needle of drugs and stabbed a security guard, and he went into cardiac arrest immediately. Wild shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for him to get it. End of the day, like you said, he's gonna be to a certain extent. I feel like it's going to affect his money as far as Travis Scott. Probably him doing shows.
He's putting out a lot of money for the families that has lost people. He's paying for a lot of medical bills, injuries, stuff like that.
That's to stop the blood. That's to stop the.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it ain't sincere, because I'm pretty sure it's sincere, but man, listen, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit when if your child or your brother and them was in there and y'all didn't have the proper. You paying the bill, that's not going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you could essentially pay for it, as rich people. It's a way to write stuff off like that, unfortunately. But still, the gesture, like he said, is to stop the bleeding. Because I ain't gonna take no $1 million just because a nigga died. Nigga, it's your fault. Nigga, I want what you made for the show. I want that, nigga. So you talking about?
Right. even with him going and moving and doing shows, when that's the type of crowd that comes out, it's gonna fuck the money up. You get what I'm saying? People like, yo, well, we don't want that in our venue. You get what I'm saying? Oh, this what happened last time. They didn't, and then y'all didn't have, because whoever venue it is, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that's how it goes, but if it's your venue, do you supply the security? I don't know how those things go. I don't know if if either one of you guys know. But so basically, if you're coming with the show, you guys set these things up, I'm guessing, as far as
management team. Yeah, like I said,
right, and y'all have already shown y'all don't qualify to handle that properly, right? Like, I can't take this risk.
It's big like that. I believe when I work security, right? So if the artist was coming, then whatever the place was supplied the security, right? Okay. So on this, I would say it would be Live Nation, but I could be wrong because I have never been Astrofest. But I would want to say Live Nation. It's their land, it's their they set up everything. Travis Scott team is not setting up the stage and stuff. Live Nation is.
But so Live Nation was the ones who did this, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they have shown if I own the venue, that they might not be properly. They might not go, but they aren't. Something's going wrong if this happened. You know what I'm saying? He's going to become a high risk.
Well, Live Nation's getting sued. Live Nation's getting sued too.
So what might end up happening, even if I let you on my venue, something in the contract is going to be some things written in there to make sure I'm covered as far as my venues. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's a fact. I mean, even if they try to sue Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying, he still signed a contract at the end of the day to have to fulfill the show. You know what I'm saying? So that, I could see it on that end, but still, just like you said, Live Nation was the front runners there. Even if Travis gets sued for the dead folk, RP to them, condolences, right. They still can sue Live Nation for everything to get back. So it's full circle at that point.
Live Nation should have an insurance policy. It's like going to a rap concert, right? Those insurance policies higher. Yeah,
for dead people.
They have an insurance policy for the event. So anytime let's say like Lil Baby does a concert in Miami, right? Wherever he's doing that concert, they're paid more in insurance because it's a hip hop event and anything's liable to pop off, right? Because some
shit like that can fuck it up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you're an artist that's similar to Travis Scott or known to bring out a crowd that's similar to Travis Scott, that can make venues not really want you there. Like it's not just this don't even just affect Travis. This affects artists in their festivals. You know what I'm saying? If you got, especially like the mosh, jump in the crowd, that's the energy, then this not only affects Travis, this probably affects other artists as well.
ASAP Mob and all them niggas. They doing shit like that.
Yeah, man. I hope they work this out, man. Rest in peace to the lives that was lost and the people that was injured, man. Yeah. Damn, I wonder have a positive ending to this.
Shout out to the Braves, World Series champs.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. You went out? How was it out there? They was out there. They behaved out there?
Yeah, people behaved, but it was super lit. Super lit.
Yeah.
I ain't get to the Ludacris and them concert, but I heard they performed and put on a good show.
So you went out? Because I know when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, man, I stayed in the crib. I ain't go out there. It was
I went outside just because it was in the daylight.
Right.
Long as lights outside, I'm
But see, it's still warm too. When the Eagles won, it was like January. It was like January, February. It was like, I'm not going out there all the time. Hell no, it's cool to shit up there.
Facts.
But this is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 164. Hell of an episode, fellas. We out of here.
Is there
out of here? Early to everybody. Go.
I holla.